Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everybody. It's Thursday, almost Friday here, at least here in Ireland. For some part of you guys, it's still midday for you. Others already on Friday. Those who are in Australia, they are already on Friday. So good to have you all here with us today. Wanderley is with us. Last Tuesday we had Dr. Sergio Thyssen, and now I just ask Wanderley help with the study today. Okie dokie. I hope you are okay. And I will do the... Wanderley, can you do the initial prayer? Because you need to leave early, so I will do the final prayer.
No problem. Let's close our eyes. For those who feel comfortable, let's take a deep breath. Let's be thankful for the lives we have, for the opportunity of being here another Thursday, talking about the works of Allan Kardec and the works of the spirits. And let's also not only read the questions and try to comprehend the questions with our mind, but let's try to comprehend the questions with our spirit and our hearts, in order that these clarifications brought by the spirits may help us in order to understand more about the spiritual life, but even more to become better people, in order to us to understand God's law, understand that without God there will be no us, there will be no life. So let's appreciate this time and this force. Thank God, and so be it.
Okay. Okay, we do have here Fabius Caim. I have many questions. No problem, Fabius. If we can answer, we answer.
Yeah.
No problem at all. No. Shoot your questions and we can try to answer. Okay. And we will keep going in our study of the Spirit's book. Okay, and today we will talk about questions 25 to 28. And hello, Bruce. How are you, my friend? And what we are saying, these questions, 25 to 28, talks about the differentiation of the spirit and the matter. Okay? And the spirits wants to leave it clear that spirit is different from matter. And according to question 27, in between both, we have the universal fluid. Okay, the universal fluid, it is what make this thing like, it's the glue. It's the glue. The universal fluid here is the glue. Put these two together. Okay, and why important for us to study the attributes, the characteristics of the spirit and matter? Because we need to see how things flows. For example, when we're talking about I will give a healing, what's the influence? I'm meeting. What's the influence when we give a healing in a person? Why the healing help? Okay, Don, good to see you again, Don. Thank you very much. So why, as I was saying, why when you give a healing, the healing give the conditions for the spirit to feel better? Why we give when we do the fluidification of the water, magnetized water, how it works there? How is the influence there? When we do a prayer, how this prayer connects with the receiver? You know, we have the sender and we have the receiver. So how this reach there? Okay, this is the importance why we need to study and understand the spirit and the matter. Do you want to add something, Wanderley?
No, I'd say it's better for us to start reading, because here the questions 25, has some important questions from Kardec, important points, and also important explanations of the spirit. Do you want to go for Fabius or we keep going?
Let's go for Fabius here. Fabius has two questions here. What is the best way to contact the spirit and start talking to them? Is the spirits can enter a person to deliver a message? If yes, what is the method to that? Okay, let's answer the question 2 and then question 1. Question 2, Fabius. A spirit do not enter a medium. It's all through thoughts, communications, through thoughts. Okay, it's vibration. It's not this law of Newton. Two things don't occupy the same space at the same time. It's valid in the spiritual world as well. Okay, so there is no like what you saw in the movie Ghost. Doesn't happen. Okay. Question number 1. What the best way to contact the spirit and start talking to them? My friend, I use a phrase from a medium, Brazilian medium called Chico Xavier, when he says, the bell rings from there to here, not from here to there, to them. So, in order to talk to a spirit, you need, first of all, they want to talk to you, not you want to talk to them. It's the other way around. And the best thing to do it is study the spiritism. See how is this influence, how it connects. I strongly advise to you to read the Spirit's book, and for sure it's gonna answer a lot of questions you may have, and questions like you are saying right now. Wanderley, do you want to add something?
No, it's just also you have to understand, even the spirit from the other side wants to have a communication, it's necessary to have a medium. But for example, a spirit can talk to you even if if you don't realize that, let's say in a dream. Let's say you want to be talking to your father who passed away. Once you're mentalizing all the time, as Stevan said, doesn't matter how much you mentalize, because it's going to come from there to here. But let's say your father wants to give a communication, but you are not a medium and you are not perceiving the signals that he's giving to you. Sometimes that communication comes through the dream. And in dreams, we are able to talk to them. A lot of times we don't remember, and a lot of times we think it was just a dream. So we don't consider it. But as Stevan said, to have a clear communication with a spirit, it has to come from there to here, and you're gonna need a medium, unless you are a medium. But most of the time, we're gonna need a medium, and we recommend, as Stevan said, to be study Spiritism and to try to have these communications not at your place, at your house, for example, but in a Spiritist center where it's safe, where people they know what they are doing. Otherwise, you can be mystified, where you're going to go to people to asking to talk to the spirits, and people, they might give you a false communication, or they may say things to you which the spirit said, but maybe there was no communication at all. So to us, we are not saying that's the only way, but the only way, the safest way that we know is through Spiritism, Spiritist book, like Stevan said, but also the medium's book. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Let me call Franz Anton. Okay. Going to question to Bruce. Bruce has a question here. How does one differentiate between animal magnetism and versus spirit healing? Bruce, I will be very honest with you. I just starting to study the magnetism, and I strongly advise you to read the books from Franz Anton Mesmer. I will write the name here. He is the father of magnetism, and I might be wrong, but my conclusion up to today, the beginning of these studies, there is not much differentiation between magnetism and spiritual healing.
Yeah.
It's about almost the same thing.
Different words.
Exactly. Just different terminologies, different methodologies, but the essence is the same. But again, I just started to study Franz Anton Mesmer. When I have a proper final answer, we can talk. We can discuss this. I will put his name here, Franz Anton Mesmer. It's on the comment box, the name of the guy who gave this.
Stevan, just before we go to the questions from people, which we appreciate for sure, but let's go to the question 25 for us in order to start. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here on question 25, Kardec asks, is spirit independent of matter, or is it only a property of matter? As color are properties of light, and as a sound is a property of air. And the spirits reply to us, they are distinct from each other, but the union of the spirit and matter is necessary to enable matter to act intelligently. So the spirits are trying to say here to us that in order to matter that we have in the universe to become something quite intelligent, to have intelligence, we need this union, okay? Because there is no way of matter to progress intelligently if there is no connection with the spirit. So the spirits are saying to us, they are different from each other. They are different things, spirit and matter. And we're gonna see here on question, I think, 27, that there is a third element in the universe. So what the spirits are saying to us, that the entire universe, there are only three things: spirit, which is intelligent principle, matter, which has no intelligence as we perceive, of course, but it's more the rough stuff in the universe, and there is God. Once we want to, they call here in the question 27, the universal Trinity, which is God, matter, and spirit. So in order to matter, which let's say to become intelligent, let's say us as a spirit, in order to us to progress, we're gonna see also, I think is in the second part here, as they say, let me continue to question 25. He's gonna say something quite important to us. Is this union equally necessary for the manifestation of the spirit? So Kardec is asking, so for the spirit to manifest, do I have to have this connection between spirit and matter, or spirit can exist or manifest without matter and vice versa? And the spirits, they say, for you it's necessary because you're not built to perceive a spirit apart from matter. So they are saying to us, in order to us to perceive the spirit 100%, not 100%, but to perceive the spirit, we need matter in the level that we are. Because in high evolved places, the spirit itself, it's just the spirit. But here in this case, as he says, for us, it's necessary. Then he says, your senses are not formed to do so. In this section, in brackets, he says, we understand spirit to mean the intelligent principle rather than the entities designated by this name. So when Kardec is talking about the spirit here, he's not talking about like perhaps what Fabio was talking to us. How can I communicate with the spirits? How can I see spirits? He's not talking about these spirits. Here Kardec is talking as he's talking about the spirit here as being the intelligent principle of the universe. So matter has no intelligence. For us, in order to progress matter, we need the spirit, this connection. We need to come into life. And that's the case of humans. In order to us to keep progressing, in order to us to keep experiencing human experience, to become a better people, we need to reincarnate. So this incarnation is a connection between spirit and matter. And I think this point is very clarifying to us, because some people they might ask us, why am I not stay in the spiritual world forever? Why am I not there only to be studying the spiritual libraries like we see in the book Astral City? Why? Because Kardec explains to us that in order to us to perceive and to progress, we need this contact to matter, and matter is the vehicle for us to improve. So this connection is necessary, at least for us, as we said. What do you think, Stevan?
I agree 100% with you. The universal Trinity is composed by matter, like Wanderley said, but matter has limitations, and we know what the limitations are. We do have the spirit, which is the intelligence, the intelligent, okay? And above this, we have God. Okay? So these three elements makes the entire universe.
That's it.
That's it. And God, it is in between these three. These two. Sorry. So there is not much to add here, because we need to realize that the universal fluid, the matter differentiates. Like we said in a previous life, we do have a matter, but in different states, like gas, liquids, gas, liquid, and solid. And now there is a plasma, which is neither gas nor solid. Is in between. Is that thing in between this? They call it now plasma. So we are just discovering this now, a fourth element. So how many more we have that we don't know?
And Kardec says that here, Stevan. He says that there is many combinations that we find in the universe that for us is very limited to know. Imagine what they know in other universes, how they perceive matter in other universes, such as how they perceive the spirit. It's something that we cannot even imagine, you know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah. So we have a question here, another question from Fabius. How to become medium? Fabius, we are all mediums, okay? We don't become medium. We are all mediums. Some are more evolved, others are less evolved. And what I mean about evolved, when you start to study the spiritism, studying how things works, why this phenomena happens, why this don't happens, how to treat, how to deal in this kind of situation, you understand how is the spiritual world, what's the relation between spiritual world and physical world. So we need to understand all these points. And once you are evolving, are you progressing? I think that's the word, progressing these studies, your mediumship will develop as well. And developing your mediumship, you will sometimes be more connected to the spiritual world, and perhaps you will start to listen voices or writing texts or saying something. There are different ways. But the correct is not become a medium, is educating your mediumship. That's the word. How to educate my mediumship, but I need to use. So, and also at the same time, when you realize that being a medium is a gift, you need to use your medium gift, your mediumship as a gift to others. So you needed to use your mediumship to help others, not to make profit to you, but to help others, to help your neighbor. So this is the main point of the mediumship, is donation. Mediumship means donation. Donation of your time, donation of yourself, donation of your abilities to someone else. And people will even know that exist.
Stevan, let me just say something here. What you have to understand, Fabio, is also that mediumship, like Stevan said, it's a faculty given to all of us, some in different degrees. But one thing that we have to clarify, and I don't mean to say that in a bad way, I don't want to be the bad guy. Stevan said so many nice things here. But it's like this. If you are not what we call an ostensive medium, someone who is born with this faculty already on you, quite prevalent on yourself, if you study for your entire life, it does not mean that you become what we call an ostensive medium. So let's say if you study your entire life and you never had mediumship, do not expect to study after 10 years and be talking with spirits, to be like Chico Xavier. No. But the thing is, as Stevan said, doesn't matter if you have mediumship or not, or why to become a medium. If you have mediumship, is to help the others. But if you are not this type of medium, if inside of your heart you just want to become a medium, to be talking with spirits, I don't want to give the bad news, but probably that's not going to happen. And if that happens, you're not going to be connected with good spirits. Because you don't have the mediumship. You are trying to learn. Okay, that's fine. But once you are trying to learn for the wrong reasons, good spirits, they're not going to connect with you. So what you have to understand is not a matter of how to become a medium. As Stevan said, with which kind of spirits do you want to be talking with? Which kind of spirits they're going to be connected with me? Doesn't matter how much you study. It's a matter of your connection. Stevan said that properly. But also, really be careful, because sometimes people, they want to become a mediums because they think it's nice to be talking with the spirits. They think it's someone else, they do that, and that person is appreciated and admired by the others. That's not the goal of mediumship here, to make us bigger, among the other people. Mediumship is to help the others. So really be careful when you ask how to become a medium. You have to ask, do I want to become a medium? That's something quite important to remember also.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Hey, hi there. Hope you're okay in Sweden. Message from Paola. Always. Hi, good night, good talk. I'm in Dubai and starting to follow this work. I'm in last year of apprentice school of Aliança Spirit Evangelic Brazil. Hi, Paula. Welcome. Glad to have you here. If you need, we know I have a wonderful friend from Ireland. He's a Brazilian, but he was part of the group in Ireland, and he's in the group in Dubai. So also we have another friends in Dubai with the Spiritism there. So it's good to know you are develop yourself. And like Leah said here, study. Every day we need to study. This is part of it. We never know. I think Wanderley said the most important thing about mediumship, it is when how to differentiate a good communication versus a bad communication. Doesn't matter which communication is written, speaking, or other ways, but is how to differentiate a proper and good one than a bad and a bad and comfortable one.
Definitely.
That's the trick thing, and this is we need to start. Okay, Paula, I put in contact with them, no problem. Just send your contact, put in the messenger here, and I give to them, and they contact you, no problem, for sure. So keep going here, because we need to finish this chapter here. Let me see here. Can we conceive spirit apart from man?
I think this 27, Stevan, we just said about this, about the Trinity of God, the Spirit, and matter. Unless you want to add something, and also you mentioned that about the connection between the universal fluids. Do you think should we go to the second part, which he talks about electricity?
Yes.
So he says here, might this fluid be what we call electricity? So the spirits are asking us, are asking Kardec. So is this a universal fluid that the spirits are talking about, electricity? That's what Kardec is asking. Remember, the time of Kardec is not today, where we have electricity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Electricity was something new. So everyone was studying about electricity. It wasn't something that we have so much knowledge as we have nowadays. And the spirits, they reply, you have stated that it's capable of countless combinations. What you call electricity and magnetic fluids are both modifications of the universal fluid. Properly speaking, this fluid is more perfect and subtler matter than it may be considered as independent. So they're saying to us that what we call electricity is just the way that we call, the way that we give names. It's up to us how we're going to be calling. Because today we call electricity. In the future, we're going to find a different name. We're going to improve our knowledge. But he's saying to us here that there are many modifications of the universal fluid, as we said before also. But we can say that universal fluid is considered independent and it's more perfect. But all that we have, as Stevan was saying, plasma, matter, how do you say, Stevan? Plasma, what else?
1 second. Plasma, matter, liquid,
the cosmos,
gas.
everything that we have in the gas, everything that we have in the cosmos, it's a combination between this universal fluid and matter, and everything what is intelligent in the universe, such as ourselves and animals also, because animals, they are intelligent. They are not like us, but we're not going to go on this part today. But in this case, that is the combination of matter and spirit. So there are many combinations in the universe which comes from which is using the universal fluid. Anything, Stevan?
Well, that's it. That's it. And it's good to emphasize. You already said this, but I found it here. Spirit said, the universal fluid is capable of producing an infinite variety of things, of which you only know a small fraction.
That's it. Yeah.
So then, at that time, in the 19th century, they were start to dealing with electricity. Now, in the 80s, we are trying to deal with the nuclear power. In the 90s, we start to dealing with the interconnect of optic fiber,
yeah. 5G, whatever it's coming.
This kind of connection. Nowadays, I have no idea what they start to talk about, but everything, we always find something, some way to deal with. Okay? So,
Steven, just here, as Kardec saying in the question 28, like he says that how we call this, I think we said that, all right? How we call this, words do not matter to us. You know, it's up to us how we're going to be formulating. But there is a nice part here in the comment. He says, one obvious fact dominates all theories. We see matter, which is not intelligent, and we see an intelligent principle that's independent of matter. Nonetheless, the origin and connection between these two are unknown to us. So they are saying to us, when everything is starting in the universe, when we start to have connection between matter and spirit, it's unknown to humanity. Probably only God knows, because someone may come to ask us, okay, Wanderley, when does this connection between matter and spirit start to happen in the universe? When we start to have the intelligent principle acting upon matter. When we start to have matter progressing with the intelligent principle. As they say here, we don't know. We don't know the origin of these things. Probably only God will know, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and also I like the last phrase, like, above then, however, we see an intelligence that exceeds and governs all others, distinguishing itself from them through its essential attributes. This supreme intelligence is what we call God. So the point here, at least putting me in question me, is God a man or a woman, like physical? I don't know anymore.
God is something which has no form.
I don't know anymore. This leads me to think about it. And who knows? According to the book, to the answer from the spirits here at the beginning, they said, like, unfortunately, we don't have vocabulary to explain what is God. For us, is the supreme intelligence of the universe. That's it.
Yeah, because we cannot, like, even if Steven's talking about this, once we go back to the beginning on question 1, what is God? God's the supreme intelligence, first cause of all things. So what Steven says, this is the first question of the Spirit's book. If there is something in the universe, everything is created by God, what I'm trying to say. So before the Big Bang that we had, God existed already. He wasn't created with the Big Bang. He was there. As it says here, first cause of all things. So then who caused the Big Bang, and who caused the entire life, who caused matter, who caused and created the Spirit, was God. So of all things. So there was nothing before God.
And just add one thing. If it was not God, it was something else. The something else is God.
Yeah, that's it. God
because he's the first cause.
Yeah.
Because he's the first cause. So that's the point. No, he is the first cause. Full point.
Agree.
Okay. Well, let me see. I think we ended the chapter. The item 2.
Yeah, not the chapter, but item 2. Yeah. Now we finish this part, spirit and matter, and next week we're going to start
properties of matter.
Yeah, part 1, chapter 2, properties of matter. Yeah, question 29. Yeah.
That's what Robbie said here. I love that first question incorporates the law of cause and effect, shows the importance of that law. That's it, my friend.
Yeah.
Me too. It's like when I answered the question from Fabius, because we said today that the speech do not incorporate, enters inside the person. Law of Newton. Again, same thing. So the law exists, and nothing violates the law. No.
Everything is a cause. Everything that we have in the universe comes from the cause, the first cause, which is God. There is nothing which is without God. And of course, when we talk about God here, we are not talking about religion. We are not talking about religiosity. We are talking about this force, this element, which is the entire power. It's infinite, which is infinite. It's not the infinite, which is infinite, because the infinite is not God. God is infinite.
Yeah. And also, I want you to say something here on question 614, just to complement what you said, Robbie. Why we have these laws? Natural law is the law of God. It is the only one appropriate for the happiness of man. It indicates what he ought to do or not do. Man is unhappy only when he gets estranged from it. That's it. I'm not following the law. I am unhappy. I am happy per se. This is my essence. This is my my goal, I am happy. I just become unhappy for a while. And I am unhappy because I do not follow that law. Simple like that. Leah saying here, who did your translation of your Kardec works? Mine are by Miss Anna.
I'm writing here, Stevan.
Huh?
I'm writing the translator here from the book. I'm writing the name.
Yeah, no, because I'm using a different one from
okay.
I'm using this book here, Leah. It's a new translation. It's done by our friend. He already was here with us, Emmanuel Dutra.
Okay.
And
so I'm gonna go, Stevan. So you write the name of the translator, okay?
Yeah.
I was going to write this translator here. Okay.
Yes.
See you guys.
Yes. Thank you. Bye, Wanderley. So, Leah, this book I have here. I use the Manuel Dutra, and I have this one, The Gospel According to Spiritism. My dear friend, my dear friend did it. Janet Duncan did it for us. I do have this book at home. So if you want, Leah, I can send this to you. You are in Sweden, or if you guys in the United States, just send me your address, and I post this to you. I have here. I send it for free for you. No worries, no problem. But I do have this. It's a wonderful translation. Miss Duncan translated this last year. No, last year, no. Before the beginning of the pandemic. So like 2000, end of 2019, beginning of 2020. So a new translation. And Emmanuel Dutra, you find this in Amazon. Just put the Lucinos, and you will find this. It's amazing translation from Emmanuel. Amazing translation. I love it. To be honest, I love it. I love it. Okay, so send me. You have my contact on Facebook. Put in the messenger or Facebook. Send me your address, and I will post the Gospel According to Spiritism. The Spirit's book, I just have one copy, so I cannot give, but you can find on Amazon. Okay, that's wonderful. As Emmanuel, he translated to Chinese as well. So he translated from French to English, from French to Chinese. Chinese they speak in China, and Chinese they speak in Hong Kong. So there's two kind of Chinese. Okay. So, do you have any more questions, guys? Because we finished early here. It was easy. Yeah, you make things very easy to us. Let me know. Let me also find the link in Amazon here. I can post to you for the book. So, okay, no, oops. Let me see. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. You have a Kindle edition. Oh, I didn't know we have a Kindle edition from this book here. So, yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. Okay, here's the link for the book. Okay, Leah, I will. Let me see if I have her. I have here. Okay, I switched the account. That's why I don't have. Leah, where did you give this message? Because I don't see any message from you here. Let me see if you put this on the Spiritist Society. No. Leah, I don't have any message from you here. Let me do this. Let's put my email. You have my email there. So send me your address to my email, and I post the books to you. Okay? Okie dokie. So, since you don't have any more questions, guys, let's do the final prayer. Okay? So, once again, let's raise up our thoughts, make connection with superior spirits, asking for the mentors of this study, mentors of Kardec Radio, to enlighten ourselves, at the same time extend these blessings to all brothers and sisters who are suffering, who are in agony, who are in desperation, those who are sick, those who are lost. May this prayer also reach out to those who are feeling happy, feeling comfortable, and awaken them the will of helping the others, the will of exercise the fraternity among those who are surrounding them. May we have a wonderful rest of day, beginning of day, or a good night of sleep. So be it. Amen. Okie dokie. Okay. So, thank you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you on Tuesday. Stay tuned. Thank you. Bye-bye.